silly girl. This is the last train for the next hour back to anywhere near the 7th sanctum. And if I'm not home at least an hour before curfew, the guardians are going to be the least of my worries. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Well, maybe not in the human sectors, but the guardians are always visibly present in the 7th sanctum. My friend Brina actually moved to the 7th sanctum when we were kids. I was around 10, and she had just turned 12 when we met. She and her family had to move from the 3rd district after her father got into a bit of trouble with a family of high elves. Oh, no. They are most certainly not high elves themselves. I actually don't think a high elf, no matter what they may have done to dishonor their lineage, can move into the 7th sanctum. Well, yes, it is a safe zone for those seeking asylum from their own home districts. It's why we have a lot of slime girls living in a segment of the district. But there are some beings who, no matter how far they fall, they are still considered too high-ranked to live amongst us. Right. Well, Brina and her family are actually bees. Wild world, huh? My best friend happens to be one of the other more rare species. Well, her father worked as a gardener for a family of high elves. From my understanding of it, he cross-pollinated a species of flowers that had been in the family for several generations. Which, if you know anything about high elves, several generations is hundreds upon hundreds of years. The crop of the original flowers didn't survive a record-breaking freeze that year, and all that remained of the genus were these new crossbreeds. I'm not kidding you. The entire family was displaced on account of a set of flowers. That is the fucked up part about our world, baby. God, I will never get over the way you get all shy when I call you baby. No, you're right, though. The flowers were something that they could pass down, a way to leave a lasting imprint of themselves on the world. I'm not saying that the family of high elves were wrong to be upset, but you cannot possibly agree that a family losing their home and community, their entire lives as they knew them, is comparable to the value of a set of flowers? Exactly. So, Brina and I got to know each other once her family moved in. Actually, a lot of the families in our corner of the sanctum were hesitant to interact with her and her family at all. See, in their minds, being displaced as a result of enraging a high elf was enough to warrant keeping their distance. I'm not sure how much experience you have with high elves, but they are not the types one angers. They live such lengthy lives, and being so high-ranking often means they can do as they please, particularly if it involves a lesser species. Well, no, of course I don't view any species as being less than another, but I also have to be realistic. My ability to value beings for who they are and not what they are does not extend as far as I'm sure we both would like it to. Which brings me to the part of this conversation I've been putting off. No, baby, no. My feelings for you have not changed. Actually, they've only grown stronger now that we've met and spent this time together. But I understand that not everyone is okay with cross-species dating. Some are still wary of the possible implications of a non-human and human being together. There are some amongst us who still remember the Great Wars, who saw for themselves as one species mercilessly hunted another, and how humans suffered the most as each species attempted to dominate the rest. I would understand if your family and your relationship with them does not allow us to be together. I mean, to see each other. Because we've only been dating for... how long? I'm sorry, I feel like I've always known you. Like, it's the life before you ceased to exist the moment that I saw you, and God, can I talk? Not that I'm saying much of anything of merit at this point, and you can feel free to cut in at any time. I would actually love it if you shut me up. I mean, I just keep going, and oh, yeah, that'll work. I'm okay. I'm good. As much as I would love to make out with you in this subway car, I still have to ask, is it okay that you're dating me? Not like... I don't want to come between you and your family, baby. I want whatever will make you happiest. Whatever is best for you is all that I want. As long as you're sure, well, I wasn't going to bring this up, but for some ungodly reason, I want to tell you everything, so here goes. The last girl I was with sort of broke up with me because of her family. She said she was all in, but as I started to fall in love, she was quietly battling her family, who told her I wasn't good enough for her. She was a vampire, a real one, and I wasn't. I couldn't measure up to what they envisioned for her, and so she finally broke. Gave in and broke up with me at the dinner table when I finally met them. Yup. Right there at their family dinner table. We were playing some family traditional game, and I was starting to get the hang of it when she stood up and blurted out that we were through. I just sat there, dumbfounded, for what felt like an eternity. I could hear her talking, but nothing was going in. All I could hear was Womp womp, womp 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 womp. Just nothing. Her older sister was actually the one to get through to me. Walked me outside and we sat together under this massive redwood tree. That was when I found out what their parents had been telling her for the past 6 months. They had turned it into a game, and everyone was placing bets on how long we would last after they found out I was a mosquito girl. Well, no. Her older sister wasn't like the rest of the family, like, at all, now that I think about it. She was even-tempered, focused, disciplined, which Arya was as well. Or at least I thought she was. Looking back, I think what her sister told me rang the most true. Arya wanted to be who she was when she was with me, but the moment she was with her family, she lost all resolve. Her sister sat with me for so long under that redwood tree. Begged me to let myself feel whatever was churning inside of me. And I begged her to stop being so kind to me. And then I just melted into her arms and let my sorrow take hold. And then she snagged my phone and texted my mom. She didn't want me taking the subway alone, not when I was so distraught. And so, as she drove me home, my mother began to teach me the harder truths she'd hoped to spare me. Told me all about how she went through something similar when she met my father. But he loved her. He loved her and was not going to be swayed by his family's judgmental views, and in time, they relented. They came to tolerate my mother, but she told me she could withstand it all because she had my father. They had one another. So, you can see why I ask if you're certain. I trust you. I trust you. I do. And I know your feelings to be true, but before either of us fall further into this, I need you to know that if your family is not going to be on board, I understand. I won't hold it against you, as long as we promise to be honest with one another. Really and truly. I mean it. Honesty is the most important thing to me, because without it, there can be no building of trust, and without trust, there can't be love. Not that what I mean to say is, oh, fucking damn it. Oh, God. I promised myself I wouldn't say anything, but yes. I think I'm starting to fall for you, and if that isn't okay, You too, huh? What are we gonna do about this? It's only been 4 months. I mean, I know we were talking for ages before that, but I don't know. I can see myself starting to fall for you, and I'm not scared. For the first time, I'm not afraid to let someone see me. Just to let you love me. Now approaching the seventh sanctum. Please have your documentation ready if you will be exiting the terminal. The curfew begins in 54 minutes. Hold on to me. I've got you. There. I've got you. Well, this is my stop, as you can see. You really didn't have to get off the train with me. I know you have to get back home as well. You what? You live in the seventh sanctum? How did I not know this? Oh, no, I understand. I'm not upset. I know I don't know everything about you, and I would never presume. Sorry. I have this thing where I just assume I'm in trouble. It's something I've been working on, but yes. I would love to hear more about how you ended up in the seventh sanctum. We have just under an hour before curfew. Wanna get some tea on the way? The least I can do is walk you home. Okay, perfect. I just need to grab my... Oh my god. Oh, fuck. No, oh my god. No. My bag. I forgot my bag on the train. Have your documentation ready, please. And by ready, I don't mean fumbling for it in your bags or pockets. I've never not had my docs with me. I have no clue what we do. Documentation, please, ladies. So, about that, it's kind of a funny story.